Uh, Welcome to Danville, California. Alon Desai along here with Austin Oda, the second place Crawdads. They're 2 games behind the Healdsburg Prune Packers, are getting ready to have a very important contest in the CCL North. Not just important for the Crawdads, but also very important for the opposing team, the first place Prune Packers. The Crawdads come in very hot, winning 6 in a row, looking to make it 7 and get even closer to that first place spot. Right now they have a 3.5 game lead over the next closest team. That's Solano and Lincoln as well, who is tied for third and fourth place. See how that shakes out. On the official standing, Solano is actually in front. Lincoln's in fourth. Sonoma bringing up the rear in fifth place at 7 games back. So the Crawdads been playing some really good baseball, and they're in a really nice spot right now. A chance to do some good things today, to pick up some ground. It's kind of a misty day out here in Danville, California. Saw some raindrops, small ones falling earlier. Hopefully this game does not get rained out. It doesn't look like it's going to, at least right now, but things could always change. On the mound today for the Crawdads, it's going to be Fisher Johnson. He's 1-2 with a 5.10 ERA. This is his 5th appearance and 4th start. He's thrown 12 and a third innings, 19 strikeouts to 7 walks. He's going to have to deal with a very tough lineup for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. Leading off is going to be Jared Sundstrom in right field, who's the co-leader in home runs in the CCL, along with Coleman Schmidt, who is not in the lineup today for the Crawdads. Batting second is going to be Jonas Sebring, the shortstop. Batting third, Torrin Montgomery, a returner at first base. The third baseman, Joe Kramer, is batting fourth. Braden Runyon is batting fifth. He's in left. Cole Elvis, the designated hitter, batting sixth. The catcher, Kimball Schuessler, batting seventh. Jake Holcroft batting eighth. He's in center. And Vuletic, the second baseman, batting ninth. So Sundstrom stepping in. And the first pitch here is fouled back out of play. And the first pitch at 12:07. Oh, cold day here in Danville, 57 degrees. Just getting underway. Johnson already ahead, 0-1, so a good first pitch. The second pitch, that hits the zone, and the count 0-2. Quickly ahead now is Johnson. Sundstrom hitting .371, 7 home runs, 15 RBIs. .371, that is in CCL plays, .361 overall. And the 0-2 from Fisher, and this drills Sundstrom. And that'll be a hit by pitch. So after getting ahead 0-2, Johnson just kind of loses it there and beans Sundstrom. So the Prune Packers will have their first base runner of the day. Fortunate for them because it looked like Fisher Johnson kind of had him on the ropes.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Fisher Johnson starting from the stretch. I feel like we usually see him working from the windup. I wonder if this is something that he's been working on to focus a little more on consistency and, getting into one rhythm.
Oh, here is Jonas Sebring, the shortstop, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs, hitting .357. And the pitch to Sebring, this is low, and the count 1-0. The defense for the Crawdads, McKenna behind the plate, so the second time we'll be seeing McKenna this summer. Did a very good job, Andrew did, the first time he played for the Dads. Brome over at first, Corio at second, Ellis at third, Jude Putz at short, and then in the outfield, it's Donnelly in left, Casey Cummings in center, and Kavares Tears in right. The 1-0 pitch, this is popped up high, but it's going to land past the bleachers, foul. And the count even at a ball and a strike. Wind starting to pick up here. It was very windy yesterday, but wasn't this cold, was it, Austin?
I don't like this weather. This isn't what I came back to California for.
No, and it's going to be interesting to see how this affects the ball game today. This pitch, there's a good breaking ball in their first strike, and the count 1-2. So Johnson, after hitting the first man he faced, Sundstrom, is able to get back ahead in the count here. Jonas Sebring, and looked like he was on his way to an easy first out against Sundstrom, and might have a chance to make up for it with this next pitch. The 1-2 from Johnson, and this misses high and away, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I really like the work that Andrew McKenna did back behind the plate the other day, hoping he continues that today.
Been a very good addition, and he's already getting very comfortable with most of this Crawdad staff. The 2-2 pitch, and this is hit hard on the ground over to Putz off of short. He power tosses over to second for one. The relay is not going to be in time over to first, but they do get the out at second. So Sundstrom, the lead runner's taken care of, and there's one away.
I think that ball was just hit a little too softly. It looked like it caught not the fat part of the bat, right under the barrel. Might have broken a little piece of it even, and Putz did a good job to get a glove on it, make the play to second, get that force out like you said.
Oh, here is Torrin Montgomery, the first baseman for the Prune Packers this afternoon. 250, a home run, 2 RBIs. Just a throw over to first. The 2-2 pitch. No, check that. Sorry. It's 2-2 on the board, but this was right over at the second baseman, Corio, who throws this back to first, and that's a double play. A beautiful pitch there by Johnson, and Montgomery, who I was going to mention, had a towering shot over at St. Mary's last summer. Ropes one right to the second baseman, Corio, and that's a double play. So a good job by Corio, good reactions, and kind of catching Sebring off the bag there. And the top of the first is a good one for Fisher Johnson. So the Crawdads will be back up to bat for the first time. We had 2 games yesterday, just 1 today, but the Crawdads will be up to bat when we return here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to Danville, California. Alon Desai along with Austin Oda. Bottom of the first, the Crawdads going to have their first chance at bat today. A lot of baseball was played yesterday on this field. Crawdads were able to collect 2 wins yesterday, one from all the way back on June the 9th, and then the regularly scheduled game. That first game doesn't really count for the winning streak, so the winning streak's at 6. They're looking to make it 7 in a row this afternoon against Healdsburg. The lineup for the Crawdads, it's going to be Ryan Ellis batting first, Tyson Corio, the second baseman, batting second, the first baseman, Ryan Rome, batting third, Joey Donnelly, the left fielder, batting cleanup, Kavares Tears, the right fielder, batting fifth. So a move up in the lineup for Kavares. Joe Barnhart's the designated hitter, batting sixth. Andrew McKenna batting seventh. He's the catcher. Casey Cummings, the center fielder, batting eighth. And Jude Putz, the shortstop, batting ninth. So here, stepping into the box, is Ryan Ellis, who was a hero a few days ago with a big walk-off home run. And the first pitch here is in there for a strike to the Crawdads' third baseman. The pitcher today for the Healdsburg Prune Packers is A.J. Ehrlicher. He's thrown 7 innings. Still hasn't given up an earned run, so his ERA is perfect. This pitch misses low and away, and the count 1-1. He still doesn't have a win, though, or a loss. This is his 4th appearance and his 3rd start. And he's thrown 6 strikeouts and just 3 walks. So Ellis in an even count, the 1-1 pitch. And Ellis is going to try to hit this to the opposite field into left, but it'll hang up for Runyon, who has it for out number 1. Well, Ellis, who came in hitting .250 with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs, is retired. And here comes Tyson Corio, switch hitting second baseman, who's going to be batting lefty against the righty Ehrlicher. He's hitting .182 with a home run and 4 RBI. And the pitch here from Ehrlicher to Corio, and he takes on the inner half for strike 1. The umpires today, it's Kate Hart behind home plate calling balls and strikes. Mike Stankiewicz over at first, and the third base umpire Harvey Maxey, so a crew that we're very familiar with. The 0-1 pitch to Corio, and this misses low, and the count even at 1-1. Couple of different bats in this Crawdads lineup starting to heat up a little bit. Corio could be one of them. Ellis definitely is. Different look in this lineup as well. Pitch here. This misses high. So 2 balls, a strike, 1 away. Tyson Corio's been doing a good job getting deep into at-bats. This pitch is hit hard and high and deep to right. Moving back is Sundstrom, and he makes the catch at the wall, taking away a double for sure from Corio. He slammed into the fence, and it looks like Sundstrom's okay. What an athletic play by Jared Sundstrom in right field, able to absorb the contact right into that fence that does not have a lot of give, Austin.
Yeah, an athletic play and really an athletic at-bat from Tyson Corio. He really gave that ball a ride, and we've seen so far this season the ball's not going to fly here, but Corio gave it a ride, and the Dads so far are seeing the ball really, really well off of Ehrlicher. Two very hard-hit balls.
Couple of hard-hit balls, and here's a very dangerous hitter, Ryan Brome. First pitch to Brome is a breaking ball, slider that hits the outside black. The count 0-1. Brome hitting .388. Home run and 22 driven in. 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball. Once again to the outside portion of the plate, and the count 0-2. But Brome very good at battling here, fouling off pitches until he gets something he likes. He'll try to force Ehrlicher to work. The 0-2 pitch to Brome, and Brome goes after this and hits it foul down the third base line. The count will stay 0-2, and there's an example right there of what we just mentioned, that Brome is going to fight pitches off until he sees a mistake. Austin, you say he's one of the best mistake hitters on this team, if not the best. Oh, the 0-2 once again to Brome, and this comes in and brushes Brome off the plate, and actually he's going to hit him. So Brome gets on base.
Yeah, you're not too worried about Ryan Brome striking out. You know, if he gets in an 0-2 count, he's going to fight. He's going to, usually see a couple balls somehow, even if he's down 0-2, and just going to put the bat on the ball. That's what he does.
Oh, here's Joey Donnelly, who's cooled off a little bit as of late, but still hitting .283 and a lot of power. 4 home runs, 15 RBIs. This is his 61st at-bat. Pitch here to Donnelly. He takes low, and the count 1-0. Both pitchers have hit a man now. Sundstrom being drilled by Johnson, and Ehrlicher just recently hitting Ryan Brome. Donnelly in left today. It is a much different Crawdads lineup, especially without Coleman Schmidt in center. 1-0 pitch misses away, and the count 2 balls, no strikes, 2 away, but the Crawdads do have a runner on first. That's Ryan Brome. And Brome has also shown the ability to take a bag if he has the opportunity, but Ehrlicher's throwing pretty hard, so it's going to be tough to steal a bag on him. And he's been pretty good about checking over to first. The 2-0 pitch, and Donnelly pops this up very high. And the first baseman, Montgomery's going to come in to make the play in foul territory near the first base line, and he has it. And a bit of an obstacle course out there as the bat of Donnelly was in that area where Montgomery was trying to make that catch. Just did toe tap the bat, but the catch is made regardless. And the score is still 0-0. Top of the second. When we come back, the Prune Packers are going to be up to bat. They're going to send up 4, 5, and 6, Kramer, Runyon, and Elvis. More Crawdads baseball here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Top of the second. It's still zeros on the scoreboard. Johnson, today's starter, still on the mound in the second after a very smooth top of the first. And the first pitch here from Johnson gets away from McKenna in the count 1-0. Up in the batter's box is the third baseman, Joe Kramer, who's hitting .438, 3 home runs and 16 RBIs. Then it'll be Braden Runyon and Cole Elvis, so a lot of dangerous hitters. Really, no one has a batting average that you look at and you say that's not a good one on this this Prune Packer team. Is pitches outside in the count, 2 balls and no strikes.
Right, and the Packers are missing the guy that might be their best player in Blake Burke.
2-0 pitch. This bounces up to McKenna in the count, 3 balls, no strikes, and Johnson at risk of walking the leadoff hitter here in the top of the first inning. There's been no hotter team in the CCL than the Crawdads. The 3-0 pitch, there's just a get-me-over fastball, but a good one. Had some good velocity on it. And Johnson gets himself on the board with a strike. The count is 3-1. But if you look at the overall winning percentage as well as the in-league conference play winning percentage as the 3-1 is being delivered, and it swung on and missed. Another good fastball there from Johnson. But the Crawdads have the second-best winning percentage in both regards, whether it's in CCL play or overall, which counts all games, even the ones outside of in-league opponents, but they're the second best behind Healdsburg. The 3-2 pitch from Johnson, and he paints the outside corner, sit him down. Fisher Johnson, strikeout there, battling all the way back from 3-0 to get the punch out of Joe Kramer.
Yeah, Fisher Johnson, you can say he might have the best strikeout stuff on this Crawdads roster. He leads the team in Ks, and right there just went 3 straight fastballs and trusted his stuff. I mean, why not? It worked out.
Why not? No, and he was – the first one was a get-me-over. Then he climbed the ladder, got a swing and a miss, and then that one just perfectly located. So here's Braden Runyon, the left fielder for Healdsburg. First pitch to Runyon. This is a slider that misses. The count 1-0. Runyon hitting .338, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs.
I mean, their team OPS is .866.
That is insane. I mean, they don't got a single guy in this lineup that this pitch misses, and the count's 2-0. They don't have a single guy in this lineup who's hitting below 300. Oh, well, Torrin Montgomery is, but, it's a smaller sample size, and he's got a lot of power. So one guy, 1 out of the 9. 2-0 pitch from Johnson. This is hit high, but just off of the infield dirt, and Brome is going to have it behind the first base bag for the out. So 2 away here in the top of the second. Johnson not intimidated by this very formidable lineup that the Prune Packers and Joey Gomes, their managers, put out there on the field today. But here's the designated hitter, Cole Elvis, who's hitting .364 with a couple of home runs and 6 runs batted in. And Cole, the righty, will try to keep this top of the second inning alive here for the Prune Packers. And he hits this very hard into left center field. Going back is Cummings, and that ball's gone. It's 1-0 Healdsburg. Check that. Cole Elvis with his 3rd home run of the summer. Wow. So they have Sundstrom, who is the co-leader in the CCL in home runs, and he was hit by a pitch, and it's a good thing for Johnson that he didn't connect, but Cole Elvis, all the way in the 6th spot, is the one who cracks the scoreboard, and it's now 1-0 with a big fly to left center.
That was just a laser beam. There wasn't a Coleman Schmidt towering fly ball or a Ryan Ellis towering fly ball. That was just a laser shot into left center.
Yeah, that was a line drive home run. Pitch here. There's one, a breaking ball that gets over the plate, and the count 0-1. Kimball Schuessler, the catcher, in the batter's box, another righty. Hitting .357, no home runs, 3 RBIs. Mist still kind of coming down a bit here in Danville. He takes this slider and hits this through the hole on the left side. That'll be a 2-out single going after an 0-1 pitch and seeing one that he liked and able to just poke that in between Ellis and Putz.
That wasn't even a very pretty swing. It was just to stick the end of the bat out and put the ball in play. Things will happen.
A couple of hits now for the Prune Packers in this half inning. The home run from Elvis and the single from Schussler. Here's Holcroft. Pitch to Holcroft, misses high and away. The count 1-0. Holcroft, very good hitter. Kind of surprising that he's batting all the way down in that 8th spot, hitting .328, 2 home runs and 18 driven in. Small lead off at first for Schussler, but he's thinking about it. And this ball is hit through the left side again. That same hole. That's back-to-back singles for the Prune Packers after the home run from Elvis, and runner in scoring position with Schussler able to move up to second.
This team can hit.
Oh, they can, and the Crawdads are very familiar with how well the Prune Packers can hit, but this is a much improved Crawdads team, and you mentioned it yesterday, Austin, that this was going to be a real test today for the Prune Packers. No, check that, for the Crawdads against the Prune Packers.
Too.
And it is going to be a test for the Prune Packers as well. I mean, the hottest team at home, as this is a strike to the number 9 hitter, Zach Vuletic. Vuletic hitting .350, a home run, 8 RBIs. We got the stats out of the way now. The 0-1 pitch, and there's another good pitch from Johnson, but called out. The count, a ball and a strike.
I was talking to my dad about Andrew McKenna last night, and I was like, I've never seen anyone make this many friends this quickly because the pitchers love him. They love what he does behind the plate.
He's so athletic. The 1-1 pitch, and going out and picking that ball that had a chance to get to the backstop was McKenna, and the count's 2-1, and that's exactly what you're talking about, Austin. He's so nimble back there, and he's very focused, and just haven't really seen any mistakes from him. So bringing some much-needed stability to that catching position defensively for the Crawdads. The 2-1 pitch. This is on the inner half, and it induces a big cut and a miss there, and the count 2-2.
Came in a day and met 19 pitchers and made 19 friends. Add in Jack Ben Shosh onto that mix, and you've got an even 20.
Got an even 20, and I'm sure Jack's going to love throwing to McKenna. McKenna also in his first game was able to have a very clutch hit, driving a run. This pitch is hit on the ground over to Putz, who's going to flip onto second, a low flip. Corio able to dig it out at second for the third out in the top of the second. But the Prune Packers do take a 1-0 lead on the solo shot from Cole Elvis. So it's 1-0 Healdsburg. The Crawdads are going to come up to bat in the bottom of the second, and it's going to be Tiers, Barnhart, and McKenna. So 5, 6, and 7 for the Dads when we return here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Bottom of the second inning. The Crawdads down by a run. It's 1-0 Healdsburg. It's going to be Tiers, Barnhart, and McKenna for the Dads. Some guys who trying to get the bats going, especially Kavares Tiers. Steps in, hitting 178. 3 home runs 12 RBIs.
Officially.
Yeah.
Tavares, if you're listening to this, maybe coming back to listen, we'll put those numbers in.
Yeah, those numbers are going to get put in sooner rather than later. Ehrlicher still on the mound. He's still to give up a hit. Getting ready to get on with his second inning of work and gets a foul ball out of Kavares Tears in the count 0-1. Ehrlicher's last appearance was in an 11-1 victory for the Prune Packers against the MP Legends. Through 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 3, faced 10. The 0-1 pitch, that misses outside in the count 1-1. So that game was back on June 26, so been a little while.
Well, we've seen Ehrlicher play both ways against the Crawdads. We've seen him pitch and hit, and he's, been pretty successful at both.
The 1-1 pitch, and Kavares is going to hit this over the second baseman Vuletic's head. A good at-bat there for Kavares Tears. Kind of reach out and get that ball and able to muscle it out there to right field.
Well, you had a feeling in his last at-bat yesterday that he was starting to see the ball better, especially, that ball was ripped right to the first baseman, and good to see him finally break that offer. I know he works just about as hard as anyone else on this team. We saw him after the game yesterday taking batting practice with one of the coaches after taking 4 at-bats and playing 9 innings in right field. It's impressive. He wanted to get out of that slump.
Oh, hopefully that's a sign of things to come from young Mr. Tears, as Barnhart's in the batter's box, and the righty Barnhart takes a pitch away in the count 1-0. But, yeah, that last at-bat he had yesterday where he just lasered the ball, I mean, that was hit so hard. But unfortunately for Kavares, like you said, Austin, right at the first baseman. But it was a great at-bat. It was a good strike on the ball. The 1-0 pitch, and Barnhart takes a big cut and foul tips this into the mitt of Schussler. Ehrlicher now is thrown 19 pitches, getting ready for pitch number 20, 11 strikes, 8 balls. Tears just off of first. And the 20th pitch for Ehrlicher is a ball that misses away. A count 2-1.
Good to see Joe Barnhart back in the lineup. He's gotten hits in bunches when they've come and struggled a bit recently, but still puts together good at-bats. Does have 5 walks on the summer.
Yeah, hitting .250 and trying to make some better contact. Still looking for a home run and an RBI. So he fouls this out of play in the count 2-2. Just wasn't able to score that ball up. A little bit under it and a little late.
He's getting on base 40% of the time. He's doing his job. Just, it's a problem of everything he does is take the ball to right field, and sometimes he sits too far back on the ball.
2-2 from Ehrlicher. Barnhart foul tips this into the mitt of Schussler. But he was not able to hold on. Oh, Schussler wasn't able to hold on to that ball, so Barnhart's still going to be in there.
Can always tell it's Schussler behind the plate because of the full Texas gear back there.
That burnt orange. Usually Schussler pretty sure-handed, so Barnhart going to get another crack at it. Pitch here, and he swings and misses, and now that's a strikeout. Oh, Barnhart goes down swinging. Here comes Andrew McKenna. McKenna doing the catching today for the Crawdads. He's already made 1 great defensive play. He is a very strong young man. If you see him in the dugout before or after games, he's an imposing figure, Austin. I mean, he looks like a grown man. He is a grown man already.
Absolutely. He's not the biggest dude. He's probably, he's listed about 5'10". I think he's probably only about 5'8", 5'9", but ton of power.
Ton of power, just so muscular. Pitch here to McKenna. He goes right after it, but fouls this away.
I made a prediction before the game that I think he's going to hit one out today. I'm feeling good about Andrew McKenna. He's kind of quickly become one of my favorite guys on this team. He's just easy to be around. He has a lot of confidence. He exudes confidence, but it's warranted confidence at that.
Yeah, and I think that confidence also gives the pitchers, whoever's thrown to him, a lot of comfort as well. They know that he knows what he can do. This pitch, a good breaking ball in there for a strike, and the count 0-2. It's a good slider from Ehrlicher. He left it a little high there, but it did nick the zone. McKenna still really getting into the groove of things here. Hitting .250, does have an RBI. 0-2 pitch, and he tries taking this down the left field line, but it does go foul. The count stays 0-2. Nice approach out of McKenna there, just waiting.
That was a Ryan Brome swing.
Yeah, it was. Just fighting something off, and maybe you're able to get something to curl in the foul line there, and you'll live to see another pitch. The 0-2 once again. This misses high, and just like Ryan Brome, after fouling one away, the pitcher maybe loses the control on the next pitch, and indeed Ehrlicher does in the count 1-2. We'll see how long McKenna can grind up here. Kavara's tears just off of first. It's 1-0 Healdsburg. There's one away in the bottom of the second. The 1-2 pitch, and McKenna takes, and McKenna thought that was low, but he's punched out looking. A good slider there from Ehrlicher. McKenna not in love with that call, but that's back-to-back strikeouts for A.J. Ehrlicher. One swinging, one looking, and here comes Casey Cummings, who's batting in the 8th spot today and giving Coleman Schmidt the day off out in center, at least for now. Don't know if we'll see Coleman, but game like this, do you think he'll get a chance to pinch hit maybe?
Yeah, I think if this game stays close, or the Crawdads, need a big at bat, I wouldn't be surprised if Coleman Schmidt got a chance at the plate.
The first pitch on the way to the righty Cummings. Cummings swings, hits this very high and deep into left, but is it going to hang up near the warning track? It will for Runyon. Wow. I thought Cummings was about to have his first home run of the summer. That would have given him his 3rd RBI as well. He came in batting 129, gave that ball a ride. Seen a couple of Crawdads try to make a bid to get the ball over the fence. Corio, now Cummings, but not going their way, not yet. It is still 1-0 Healdsburg. Top of the 3rd when we return here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Top of the 3rd inning in Danville, California. Crawdads trail by a run. It's 1-0 Healdsburg. But Fisher Johnson has done a pretty good job on the mound so far, just really giving up that big blast from Cole Elvis. That was Elvis's 3rd home run of the summer. Had a little bit of a rough time there at the tail end of the top of the 2nd. Pitch here misses high. And Sundstrom ahead 1-0. It's Sundstrom, Sebring, and Montgomery. Wind really picking up now in Danville. The 1-0 pitch, and that hits the zone. Going inside there to Sundstrom. A good job by Johnson. The count even 1-1.
Yeah, Fisher Johnson likes to attack that outer half. It's not often we see him come into righties, but I like that spot, especially with the fastball.
See what he does here. The 1-1 pitch. Tries going in again. This one just maybe an inch off the inside corner there, and the count 2-1. Sundstrom sees the 2-1 pitch, and there's a slider there from Johnson. So everything inside so far to Sundstrom here. And the count even 2 balls and 2 strikes to the right fielder who's leading things off in the top of the third for the Prune Packers. 2-2 pitch. This bounces to McKenna, trying to go outside that time. The count 3-2.
You know, just casual 7 home runs this summer for Jared Sundstrom.
Co-leading the CCL along with Crawdads man Coleman Schmidt. 3-2 pitch. This is hit high into right field. Kavares Tears looking at it, and now he has it for out number 1. A good job there by Johnson, able to get past a very tough hitter, and especially after letting him off the hook the first at bat where he was ahead 0-2, Johnson was, and then he drilled Sundstrom with a pitch.
Yeah, really, he's doing better than I guess what you could say were the top hitters in this lineup. Not that there's any real light spots in this Packers lineup.
Oh, here's Jonas Sebring, the shortstop. First pitch, and Sebring foul tips this into McKenna's glove just a little late there. Good fastball from Johnson. Sebring did reach base, but it was a fielder's choice. So for 1.
Big swing. Huge swing.
The 0-1 pitch, and no swing there. Just dropping a front door slider in there is Fisher Johnson so casually, just like, okay, now this one's coming.
Right, here it comes.
And now you have to really guess what the heck I'm going to throw you here on 0-2. 0-2 pitch from Johnson. It's a fastball, and it's hit on the ground over to Brome, and Brome flips to the covering pitcher Johnson at first for out number 2. A good job there by Johnson, able to induce the ground ball, and then a really good job able to get over to the first base bag in plenty of time.
I love seeing Ryan Broman left, but it's easy to forget how good defensively he is at first base. That ball was hit really weird and had some topspin on it, and you know, with that, it took Brome to his right, and he was still able to make the pick and fire it over to first. Lead Johnson to the bag like you're taught.
Corner infielders on this team are so good, for the Crawdads, that is. Torrin Montgomery is 0 for 1. Sees the first pitch low and away, and the count 1-0. But, yeah, no, Brome did that perfect. And we've kind of been spoiled with Duroff over there. Duroff has made some diving picks and some spears. It's a different look all the way around today for the Dads. The 1-0 pitch, and this misses away, and the count 2-0. Ellis is over at third today. Matt King's pretty much been the primary third baseman for a while now. And Putz is at short.
You know, I think one of the criticisms coming into this summer and really in the whole career of Brian Duroff has been people think he has some defensive limitations, but he's shown them wrong really this summer. He's looked really good over at first base.
2-0 pitch, and this is chopped into the ground. Corio has it, and he's going to throw to first in plenty of time for the third out. So a quick 1-2-3 top of the third for Johnson. After having a rough top of the second, the top of the third much easier, and the Crawdads will be up to bat when we return. They trail by 1. The Prune Packers lead 1-0. Bottom of the third inning, it's Putz, Ellis, and Corio, 9-1 and 2. Jude Putz getting ready for his first AB of the afternoon, hitting 118. No home runs. We're getting more playing time recently. First pitch here, and Putz tries to take this back up the middle, but a beautiful play there made by Sebring. Able to scoop it up and throw to first in time for out number one. Now Putz going after a decent pitch to hit there, just got a little on top of it, and there's one away.
That was a really nice play by Sebring at short. He made it really look easy, glided over to the second base bag, picked it without any problems. It got right into the pocket of his glove, and he was able to make a quick transfer and all in one motion fire it to first in time.
No, it was nice. The way he scooped it, and it was good. And you're right, he made it look really easy, and it wasn't that easy. So here is Ryan Ellis, who's 0 for 1. Pitch here on the outer half to the lefty Ellis for strike number one. A good pitch from Ehrlicher. Another decent crowd out here in Danville, California to watch these Crawdads.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Even with the weather the way it is, we've had a couple of really good crowds back-to-back days. The 0-1 pitch, this misses low. The count 1-1.
I wonder, do you know if this is like, is it family weekend for the Crawdads? Because I see who I'm assuming is the Abels. It's a Texas Tech shirt and a man that looks just like Colson Abel. I'd assume the Bromes and the other Texas Tech shirts, and then I know the Ben Shoshans are here.
Seen a lot of families. No, it might be. The 1-1 to Ellis. Ellis hits this, but foul over into the Crawdads dugout.
I think I saw a couple Ellises yesterday. Colson Abel's dad really looks just like Colson Abel.
Spitting image. If that is his dad, that's probably his dad.
That's the Texas Tech shirt, the goatee. It's the same person.
Too many clues here. Oh, the 1-2 to Ellis. Ellis takes it low, and the count 2-2. Good eye employed there by Ellis. The Crawdads playing in the Reds today. Like the Reds, like the red jerseys with the white pants, and Healdsburg in the gray with the dark sleeves.
Dads have the best jerseys in the league.
They're good. I do love those Solano Mudcat ones,
that's a good
the
one.
baby blues. The 2-2 pitch, and this is hit high into center. Racing back is the center fielder, Hallcroft, who has it at the warning track. Ellis gave that ball a ride. Crawdads are hitting the ball hard, just not able to get the luck going their way right now. It's not. They're being hit to some very athletic outfielders. I think the best play we've seen so far in the outfield for the Prune Packers was the one made by Sundstrom in right, where he bounced right into the wall and just absorbed that very hard contact out there into that fence, which doesn't have a whole lot of give. So there's two away. And here's Tyson Corio. First pitch to Corio misses low. Corio was the batter for the Crawdads that hit that ball to right.
Clobbered it.
Yeah, he hit it very hard, similar in a lot of ways to the one that he hit out in Sonoma. That was a low hit ball. The 1-0 pitch, this misses away, trying to frame it there was the catcher Schussler.
Yeah, I think that if Corio hits that ball in Sonoma, that ball's way gone, and I think if Corio hits the ball in Sonoma that he hit, if he hits that ball here, it's not even close.
No. 2-0 pitch is fouled away. No, it's not close, and it's probably it might actually get down in front of Sundstrom. No, it wasn't that low, but no, it's a liner right to the right fielder.
But you do make a point. I think it's good to see that the league is starting to respect Tyson Corio a bit. Sundstrom's about 10 feet from the track.
Yeah, he's playing very deep. Center fielder Hallcroft shaded a bit to his right. The 2-1 pitch, and this bounces up to Schussler, and Corio in the driver's seat here. And one of the things about Corio that's so great is he's a pretty natural switch hitter. He's not one of these guys who's trying it out. He can actually switch hit, and it's just that versatility. He's like a Swiss Army knife. Oh, the 3-1 to Corio, and he checks at this, and it's luckily tapped foul down the third baseline. It's good for Corio. That didn't stay fair. Kramer probably would have made a play on it and an easy throw over to first.
Yeah, I think Corio looks a lot better left-handed, but you have to assume that he's a righty thrower, that he's a natural righty. Maybe you've just seen him more left-handed because there's a lot more right-handed pitching.
3-2 pitch, and this is fought off and back into the cage, and the count stays 3-2. And I think you're right. There's so much right-handed pitching in the CCL and just in general that we're seeing Corio featured as a lefty batter more often. And it also looks like he elevates the ball better as a lefty, but no, I haven't seen the big sample size him in the box as a righty. Not yet. 3-2 pitch to Corio, and he takes here, and he strikes out looking. Good pitch there by Ehrlicher. Fastball that ran in on Corio. Corio couldn't do anything with it. And the Crawdads still scoreless. It is 1-0. Top of the fourth coming up with the Crawdads down by a run. Healdsburg out in front. Austin Oda going to take over on the play-by-play when we return here on the Crawdads Streaming Network.
Welcome back to Danville, California. The Dads trailing 1-0. Still early in this game. A lot of balls left to be played. Fourth inning, 1-0 the score. Fisher Johnson, the righty out of USC, back out for his fourth inning of work, has given up a run on 4 hits. Clean defense for both teams so far. Always a welcome sight. Johnson working from the stretch, the first pitch. Kramer checks his swing, at least tries to, but he goes around, says the home plate umpire, Kate Hart, 0-1.
Kate's very consistent back there behind the plate. Know what you're going to get. It's usually a pretty standard zone, and I think it's easy for the pitchers. They know what to do.
The 0-1, off the outside with a slider, 1-1. Kramer struck out looking his first time. So he's 0 for 1. Johnson sets at the belt, now delivers. High drive to left. Going back Donnelly at the track, and it's going to fly. A solo shot for Joe Kramer makes it 2-0. The Packers lead.
Well, Packers just with the 2-0 lead, but the way they've done it, a couple of solo shots. And you know what? That's not bad considering how well this team can hit the ball. It's good that these balls haven't flown out of the ballpark with any runners on base.
Absolutely. They have 32 home runs now this summer, and I think if if you're going to give up the home run because you know it's coming, do it with no one on base.
Yeah, this team, they can hit.
Here's Braden Runyon, who popped out to first base his last at bat. First pitch, big slider. Front doors him for strike 1.
And it's not like Johnson's missing badly with any of these pitches that have been hit hard. It's just he's challenging with a fastball, and they're rising to the occasion.
It's really good hitting. The 0-1 to Runyon. Slider, same spot, and Runyon tips it back behind the plate. 0-2. So Johnson does a good job of, after the home run, getting up quickly in the count to the next batter.
Yeah, the last time when he gave up that home run to Elvis, he gave up 2 hits in a row. trying to rebound from it.
Way ahead 0-2. Here it comes. Slider blocked by McKenna in the left-handed batter's box. 1-2.
No problem with that. I mean, try to bury something, gets away from him a little bit, but probably try that breaking ball again if he wants.
Still ahead, 1-2. McKenna sets on the outside. Slider, line to putts it short, and it's going to go off his glove. Into center field. Cummings picks it up, and that'll be a base hit for Braden Runyon. Probably a play that Putz could have made, but hard hit ball.
Took a weird hop, too. It had some interesting spin on it, and then it kind of tailed and hit off the heel of his glove. That's a tough break for Putz, and just it would have been a tough play. The throw would have been easy if he would have been able to have the ball, but initially collecting it.
Yeah, the question becomes, you know, it's a hard reaction, but I think you have to charge that ball and try to get it before it bounces. Now Runyon on first, Elvis at the plate, who homered in his last at bat. First pitch swinging, high pop-up, right side. Corio ranging over, Brome ranging back. Corio's going to call it off, and it's going to hit off the heel of his glove. Luckily for the Crawdads, it is in foul territory as it ricochets towards the wall. So a pop-up, but a strike. Really tough play. Corio was shaded towards the second base bag, and I'm not sure why Brome didn't charge a little harder for that one. It looked like it kind of turned him around a bit.
I think it did, but I'm also a little more comfortable, I think, with Brome taking that one because he's got so much experience out there in the outfield. He's had to catch a lot of tough fly balls out and left.
The 0-1. Slider misses up. Middle infield double play depth, but Putz shaded more towards the left side. Johnson sats Runyon, gets his lead off first. He fires a big slider over the outer edge, 1-2.
Also like where Putz is playing right now, he takes a few steps in, or he did at least in that last pitch. Maybe thinking about if some type of sidewinding ball comes at him, he doesn't have to let it bounce.
The 1-2 to Elvis. Big fastball, way outside, but McKenna snags it.
There's McKenna. That's what Andrew McKenna brings to this team defensively.
So 2-2 the count to Cole Elvis. Runyon on first. Johnson sets. McKenna sets on the inner half.
And then be able to tie him up with a fastball like that on the inner half, and he can't do anything with it. He swings right through it. I mean, that's great resilience from Johnson.
Just blasted that fastball in on the hands, did Johnson. Now Schussler, who singled in his first at bat. First pitch. Curveball chopped left side in the hole. Putz is going to stop it, and he's going to not have a play on it. Smartly does not throw the ball. Big chopper into the hole. And so a single for Kimball Schussler, and he's now 2 for 2.
A right play by Putz. A really good job of cutting it off. But thought about it. He kind of pumped with that throw because first he looked to second, and I'm not going to get that out there, so I'm going to look over to first, and he just realized he wasn't going to be able to get enough muscle on it.
And that keeps the runner Runyon on second, because I think if he had thrown it, you know, with that off-balance look, he would have potentially flipped it wide to first maybe for Brome. Now Jake Holcroft, 1 for 1. First pitch. Tapper, third base side, could be 2. Ellis up with it, fires a second for 1. Corio's feed to first is high, and it goes over the head of Brome, and a run's going to come in to score. And just a tough defensive inning for Tyson Corio. He misses the pop-up, then a bad decision to make that throw over to first.
Yeah, that'll be an error right there. I think he should have just grabbed it and said, okay, we'll take the out at second, and we can live with runners on the corners.
So a fielder's choice, and then the E4. 3-0 now is the score. Zach Vuletic chopped out to end the last inning. Pickoff move, but back in safely is Runyon, or excuse me, Holcroft. This is what the Packers do. They'll eat up your mistakes. 3-0 the score. First pitch to Vuletic. Fastball just a little high, 1-0.
And they capitalize on any opportunity that they see. They seize the moment, and they pitch pretty darn well for the most part. And, you know, a team like the Crawdads, who have just been riding so high lately, have to dig themselves out.
The 1-0. Big off-speed pitch, catches the zone, 1-1. The 1-1. Holcroft runs. The throw from McKenna is there. The tag. And not in time, as it looked like Corio dropped the ball.
Yeah, he
on
did.
The tag.
He did. And it was a decent throw, but a good jump there. But you know, I think McKenna's going to gun down quite a few runners this summer the more he plays, because his pop time's really good. He's great at getting up and then firing.
The throw was right there. It just, I think if Corio had caught it, it would have been a little different of a result. Maybe a more difficult call from the umpire, Mike Stankiewicz. Or excuse me, that's Harvey Maxey. 2-1, runner on second now. A slider misses outside, 3-1. So you don't want to walk Vuletic, the 9-hitter, and then have to face Jared Sundstrom.
Jared Sundstrom with runners on, that is a recipe not for success. It's something you don't want to get into.
Accident waiting to happen.
Yes.
Johnson delivers the 3-1. Pop-up, left field, should get him out of the inning. Putz ranging into the outfield is under it, and he'll make the catch to end the frame. But the Packers score twice on 3 hits, an error. They leave a runner on second base. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. 3-0 the score with the Dads due to hit here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Bottom 4 here in Danville. Ryan Brome leading off for the Crawdads. He'll be followed in the lineup by Joey Donnelly and Kavaris Tears. 3, 4, 5. The Dads, I think, would greatly benefit from putting a couple runs on the board here against the starter, A.J. Ehrlicher. They don't want to get into that really deep Packers bullpen and have to come back once again, though they have been the comeback kids of late. First pitch to Brome. Ground ball, second base, ranging over to his right is Vuletic. He gets up and fires just in time to get Brome by a step and a half. 1 out.
Hard hit ball on the ground, but straight to Vuletic, and good to see Brome at least hustle right out of the box and try to at least put some type of pressure on the second baseman for the Prune Packers. Crawdads still just with 1 hit right now, and maybe they're just not able to get some pitches that they like yet.
Donnelly now fouls this one right back to the screen, right on it. 0-1. Donnelly 0 for 1 on the day. Hit a huge pop-up to first base in his last at-bat. Still looking to get it going. The 0-1 from Ehrlicher. Donnelly takes a curveball over the outer edge, 0-2. So the The Joey Donnelly walk-up song chronicles have been well documented to this point, I think, if you've been listening to the broadcasts, and came up to me today before the game and said, I want Moonman all day. And I was like, okay, I'm glad you decided it now. The 0-2. Line drive right back up the middle, a base hit for Joey Donnelly. Moonman does its job, and Joey Donnelly gets on first.
That's good to see out of Donnelly. That is good. It's something besides an elevated ball, something besides a fly out, just a good swing on the ball going right back up the middle. So the Crawdads, I mean, Donnelly maybe going to be the catalyst here, hopefully.
So we've been trying to find, different nicknames for a lot of these Crawdads. And, we came up with the Big Azani yesterday for Idris Azani. We've been talking about the Fireman for Colson Abel. What about Moonman for Joey Donnelly? If hits the ball to the moon.
If he starts hitting the ball out of the yard, with regularity, sure.
Got 4 of them this season. Guy at the plate, Kavaris Tears, has 3. First pitch. A little low to Tears. 1-0.
Four's not a number to, stick your nose up at. It's just cooled off over the past about 5-6 days, is Donnelly, but that looked like a pretty good swing he just put on the ball.
Gets a slight lead off first. Tears 1 for 1. First 1-0. Crushed into right center. Ranging back his Sunstrom at the track. He's going to reach up and make the catch. Kavaris Tears gave it a ride, and he's all smiles coming back to the dugout. He knows he got that one good.
You can see Old Glory out there in right center just past the fence. American flag.
So now here's Joe Barnhart, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch, he swings over the top of a good off-speed pitch, 0-1. Some stirring in the Packers bullpen. A couple of guys stretching over there. The Crawdads bullpen. Have a righty up. It looks like Alex Carnes. 0-1 to Barnhart. Ehrlicher delivers. Donnelly goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. The throw to second is not in time. Donnelly's into second with the steal. Ball caromed off the glove of Vuletic, and Donnelly's into second. Runner in scoring position.
Good throw there from Kimball. Similar to what happened to McKenna. Decent throw, and just gets away from Vuletic.
So 0-2 is the count. Barnhart trying to avoid striking out for the second time today. Has a runner in scoring position now. A single would likely do the job with the outfield playing back. The 0-2. Right on the outside corner with the fastball, and Barnhart goes down looking. The Crawdads get a runner in scoring position on Donnelly's single and steal, but Kavaris Tears line drive to the warning track dies right there. Led to the top of the 5th. 3-0 the score here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. top 5 here in Danville. Jared Sundstrom, Jonas Sebring, Torrin Montgomery, 1, 2, 3. The hitters do in this lineup. The innings have kind of mirrored each other. It's been 1, 2, 3 have gone down quietly, and then 4 through 9 have really packed the damage for the Packers, no pun intended. First pitch to Sundstrom, slider off the outside.
That has been where the damage has come from, and it's good that Johnson hasn't allowed the top of the lineup to really get anything going.
The 1-0 to Sundstrom misses in with a fastball.
At the same time, it's still tough. Okay, you take care of the guys who are some of the big names on this team, and then you go down the rest of the lineup, and everybody's hitting above 300.
2-0 the count to Sundstrom. He checks his swing. Did he go appeal to first? No, he did not, says the first base umpire, Mike Stankiewicz. 3-0. Get it in fastball. Taking all the way was Jared Sundstrom for strike 1. The 3-1 misses low, ball 4. McKenna scurries to get it at the backstop, but Sundstrom was too busy throwing away his bat, his arm shield. First walk of the day issued by Fisher Johnson. Did hit a batter, and that was also Jared Sundstrom. Now Jonas Sebring at the dish, who's 0 for 2, a couple of groundouts. Technically reached base on a fielder's choice. Johnson would appreciate another ground ball right here. He sets and delivers. Fly ball to center field. Ranging back hard is Cummings. He's going to look for the wall. He's going to reach up, and he's going to somehow make the catch. Went over the head of Kovaris Tears in right field and found the back of the glove of Casey Cummings for a loud out number 1.
A lot of ground had to be covered there, too, by Casey. He did a good job. Casey giving Coleman Schmidt the rare day off today out in center.
Now Torrin Montgomery, who grounded out once and lined out into a double play, fouls this ball hard back off to the right, 0-1.
And just watch out if Torrin Montgomery can start to put together good at-bats for Healdsburg. It's just going to be the rich getting richer.
No kidding. Sundstrom takes off. Johnson steps off the slab, feeds to Corio. Corio gets it to Brome. Brome's going to run him down, flip to second, Putz covering, and he's going to apply the tag for the second out of the inning. Really nice job by the Crawdads defense. What was that? 1 to 4 to 3 to 6.
Yes. Good way to keep up with it, Austin. But, the great thing about that, too, was Fisher Johnson, I think, knew that was coming. And
absolutely.
He took an extra moment there on the mound and then casually turned back, tossed it over to Corio, and the infielders did the rest.
So now 2 outs and an 0-1 count to Montgomery. Fires a fastball right by Montgomery. 0-2. Johnson, a big smile on his face. That always feels good as a pitcher when you pick someone off.
Got to be happy with yourself after that.
Especially when you outsmart them like he just did. Way ahead 0-2. He delivers. Fastball. Flipped off to the right. Foul. The count stays at 0-2.
Kind of set up very far outside there on that pitch. I wonder if they'll go to that same spot, but with a slider instead of a fastball here.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Always on the same page, the two of us.
Call a lot of games.
The 0-2. Slider on the outside. Did miss a little low. 1-2.
That gives Torrin Montgomery a few things to think about, though, and we've already seen Johnson tie hitters up on the inside with the fastball, and it shouldn't be too hard to do to Montgomery, who's crowding the plate here.
The 1-2. Fastball, chopped to short. Putz is going to wait on it. He comes up with it and fires hard to first. Nice throw by Jude Putz to get the third out. So, Fisher Johnson works quietly through the first 3 batters once again. He's through 5, allowing 3 runs. The Dads coming up to bat. Need 3 to tie this one up in the bottom of the 5th. 3-0 to score here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. But has also given up 7 runs, so a 12.6 ERA. He'll be facing 7, 8, 9 in the Stats lineup. Andrew McKenna, Casey Cummings, and Jude Putz. 3-0 is the score. Bridges, big left-hander. First pitch over the outside with a slider. 3/4 delivery from Derek Bridges. Bridges out of Texas Tech University. Same school as Ryan Brome and Colson Abel. Andrew McKenna, left-handed batter, behind in the count 0-1. Bridges delivers the slider on the outer edge again, 0-2.
Mentioning Texas Tech, Colson Abel, able to get some Texas Tech folks out here this afternoon, his family. Tough guy, too, Colson. He's got no long sleeves on.
The 0-2. Little low and off the outside, 1-2. Maybe it's just Texas weekend, because we only see the Texas Tech guys and the Rice guys out here.
That's a good point, yeah. Maybe they got a group rate.
1-2 to McKenna. Bridges sets and delivers. McKenna swings through a really good slider for out number 1. So you can see the strikeout stuff early from Bridges. There's out 1.
That's what Bridges can do. He was very good last summer, and he's a tough lefty to hit.
Weirdly enough, he's facing the only right-handed heavy part of this Crawdads lineup. So now 1 out. Casey Cummings gave the ball a ride to left field in his first at-bat. First pitch on the inside with a fastball, 0-1. Sweatshirt weather out here in Danville, but the clouds starting to part.
Today, that because it was misting, there was a little drizzle, just a slight one before game time, and that is completely stopped.
Yeah, it looks nice out here. Way ahead in the count, 3-1 is Cummings. 3-1. Misses again. Little inside, maybe a little low. Cummings, 2 really nice at-bats. Good to see from Casey.
It is the batting average not there yet where he wants it to be, but hit a ball very hard to left, and now able to draw a walk from Derek Bridges, who is not an easy man to face out there, and really the Crawdads trying to get the bottom of the order to get something going, and then the guys at the top of the lineup card maybe can come up and drive in a few.
Now here's Jude Putz, who's played really well at shortstop today. Good to see from him. Cummings gets his lead off first, always a threat to go. The first pitch on the outside edge, 0-1.
Yeah, that's a great pitch. That's what Derek Bridges brings. The lefty, he'll pound the outside to righties, and he locates it so well. And it's just tough to do anything with that.
0-1 to puts. Bridges starts high now, brings his hands to his belt. The 0-1. Really nice slider over the outside 0-2.
I mean, you just have to watch that.
It was like a wiffle ball.
Yeah, you can't do anything with it, and it's not that Putz has had a bad at bat here. It's just been two really excellent pitches from Bridges, and now Putz is going to have to choke up and try to fight off a few pitches possibly.
Way behind 0-2 is Putz. Pickoff move, but back in safely is Cummings. I always thought it was unfair for lefties picking off to the first base bag.
That's right there in their face. All right, they can see it all the way.
0-2 to Putz. Grounded out to short in his first at bat. Bridges, sets, delivers. Fastball off the outside. Back pick to first. Just in is Cummings. Montgomery placed the tag on him, sweeping it in as Cummings dove back to the bag, but he was in safely. Barely. Really nice throw by Schuessler behind the plate. So now 1-2 to Putz. Bridges delivers. Putz swings through a slider for strike 3. Nice pitch.
Just a good pitch there, and tough at bat for Putz just because of what he has to face out there on the mound. 2 strikes away, then a miss, and then bearing a slider there. And you mentioned lefties, pickoff moves, and the guy I always think of is in the NLS. I always think of Clayton Kershaw. He's very adept at doing that.
Very good.
He's been good at
for
that.
Years now.
Yeah, doing it for a long time.
Now Ryan Ellis, who's 0 for 2, but has some hard hit balls and nothing to show for it. First pitch, just off the outside, maybe a touch high. 1-0.
So it'll be interesting to see how Bridges attacks the lefty Ellis here. So he goes outside. He's been whipping that slider to that side of the plate against righties.
The 1-0, there's that slider, and Ellis fouls it back to the screen.
And so this time that one started further near the plate and then started drifting away from Ellis. But I'm questioning to whether Bridges is confident enough in it where he can locate it the same way he would against a righty. That'll be interesting to see. And if you make a mistake there, Ellis can elevate the ball.
Chris Santiago, the righty, warming up in the Packers bullpen. Not sure how long we'll see Bridges out on the bump, but he's been really good. The 1-1 to Ellis. Slider misses high. 2-1.
I don't think in person I've ever seen Bridges go longer than 2. He might just be here for the 1.
Does look like Alex Carnes will be entering the game for the Crawdads. But for now, it's 2-1 to Ellis. Pickoff move. And a good one, but back in time is Cummings.
That throw was perfect. It was right there. And Montgomery didn't have to move the glove to apply the tag.
2-1 to Ellis. Bridges checks Cummings at first, now delivers. Ellis takes just a little high, maybe a touch inside. 3-1. A really good slider there.
He tried it, and that's what I was wondering if he was going to do. He did. I thought he executed that pitch well, didn't get the call.
Ellis way ahead, 3-1. Bridges has already walked a batter this inning. That's how Cummings got on first. The 3-1. Popped up, left side. It'll drift foul. Back into the grass.
That was a decent pitch to go after. I think Ellis is getting a good read now on Bridges.
So now Cummings will be going with the pitch. Tyson Corio waits on deck, likely to see him bat from the right side for the first time this game. Got to make sure he comes to the plate, does Casey Cummings. The 3-2. Inside ball 4. Nice at-bat from Ryan Ellis.
Really, really good at-bat. And Ellis showing some value in the leadoff spot today, which is a really good sign out of him. His bat's starting to get hot, and his eye is also helping him quite a bit. And it'll be good to see what Tyson Corio can do. We mentioned we've seen him bat lefty quite a bit so far this summer, but see what he has out of the right side.
Now Corio. 0 for 2 officially. Crushed one to right in his first at bat and then struck out swinging in his, or looking, excuse me, in his second. Takes the first pitch down low. 1-0. Corio bats from the right side now. Against Bridges. Cummings dances off second. The 1-0. Corio, high chopper, into the hole. Third baseman Kramer up with it, fires to first. In time to get Corio. The Ads threaten with a couple walks, but leave 2 runners on base without a hit. Well, into the top of the 6th, 3-0. Still the score here on the Crawdads streaming network. Top of the 6th inning. 3-0 the score. Joe Kramer, Braden Runyon, Cole Elvis facing the new pitcher, that is Alex Carnes. Out of Utah Valley University is Carnes. 5.19 ERA, first pitch. Misses low with a fastball, 1-0. Kramer 1 for 2 on the year. Or excuse me, on the day. Big home run in his last at-bat, also struck out looking. Carnes 10 strikeouts in 8 2/3 innings, but also fly ball, right side, foul, excuse me. Also 3 walks, 5 earned runs, 10 total runs, 16 hits, a lot of base runners. 1-1 to Kramer. Carnes works from the windup on the first base side and delivers a slider off the outer edge, 2-1. Carnes delivers the 2-1. Misses low in the dirt, 3-1.
That was kind of a tough one to handle there for McKenna.
Kind of an in-betweener.
Yeah, in-betweener, spiked.
The 3-1 from Carnes. Big swing and a miss on a high fastball, 3-2. Kramer likes chasing that. Actually, a lot of these Packers hitters like chasing that ball up.
Yeah, they've had success this summer doing that, and it's worked out for them.
The full count pitch, chopper to short. Putz waits on it. Now picks it up and fires to first, a little low, but Brome stretches out and makes the play. Jude Putz looks good at shortstop today. He's been successful out there.
Fielder Brandon Runyon.
Putz has looked comfortable. It's been a lot better. He had that one that was kind of a tough hop on him, but that was about it. It wasn't an error. It was a hit all the way, but yeah, he's starting to settle down.
Now the left fielder, Braden Runyon, in the box. First pitch. Maybe a little high, 1-0. Runyon singled in his last at bat, officially 1 for 2 on the day. Came around to score on an error. Final line on Fisher Johnson today. He was really good. 5 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs. Excuse me, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. 2-0 is the count. Couple strikeouts and a walk. So this Dad's pitching staff continues to pitch well.
Yeah, they're keeping him right in every game, at least for the past 7.
The 2-0. Big swing and a miss on a slider. 2-1 is the count.
That was a high slider too, but fooled Braden Runyon. You know has power. Don't want to leave another one up there.
The 2-1. Slider misses up. 3-1. Carnes, a high set, the 3-1 pitch. High fly ball, center field, Cummings. Ranges back, now settles under it, comes in a couple steps and makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Designated hitter Cole.
Good job to get a big out there on a very powerful batter, and there's Cole Elvis who had that huge home run, but got to take care of him.
Elvis struck out swinging his last at bat, also did hit that big home run. First pitch, big swing and the miss over a slider. 0-1. Carnes looks good today as well. He's been working that fastball slider combination to a T. Only 2 outs, but positive signs as the 0-1 misses away.
Grant Kikuk, his pitching coach over at Utah Valley's got to be happy with what he's seeing if he's watching. Glad to have you in for the stream, Grant.
1-1. Catches the outside. Nicely stuck there by McKenna. 1-2. Carnes ahead 1-2. He delivers. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 looking. Elvis goes down for the second time. A really nice inning for Alex Carnes. Led to the bottom of the 6th. 3-0 the score. The Dads trail here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. New pitcher for the Packers is Chris Santiago. 2 innings this year, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, has given up a run. He'll be facing Brome, Donnelly, and Tiers, 3, 4, 5 in the Crawdads lineup. Brome, 0 for 1 on the day, was hit by a pitch and grounded out to second base. First pitch he sees from Santiago, misses away, 1-0. The 1-0. Brome lines this one over the third base bag. Just foul. That had double written all over it, but Brome couldn't poke it in. You know, that ball looked like it looked fair to me. So a loud strike for Ryan Brome. Big Chris Santiago delivers the 1-1. Brome swings through a slider. Santiago throws hard. The first pitch he threw registered at 94. It's about as hard as we've seen this whole summer. Lincoln had a kid that threw about 94. As the 1-2. Brome takes down low with the slider, 2-2.
Good take by Brome.
Devin Susky he has touched 96 before. He normally sits in that low 90s range, as does Hollis Fanning. The 2-2. Fastball just outside. Ball 3. Another fastball at 94.
Santiago knows he has a good fastball. Probably go right back to it here.
Doesn't want to walk Brome. The 3-2. And that's what he does. Ball 4. Say it with me, Alon. Death, taxes, and Ryan Brome taking walks.
And Ryan Brome taking walks. Indeed, it's just so accurate. And I feel bad. He's been on base twice today. The walk there, good, but the first one he was hit by a pitch. So usually likes to get on base without getting hit.
So now Joey Donnelly at the plate, who had a really hard hit single. The Moon Man. I like that one. I like the Moon Man for Joey Donnelly.
Did have a stolen base, too.
Yeah. You know, if Donnelly makes it, all the way pro and they start calling him the Moon Man in the majors, I think we'll have to be credited for it.
Yeah, you will, for sure.
First pitch, down low, ball 1.
Trademark, baby.
I'll be his NIL deal.
Oh, man. NIL deals, those are getting big.
1-0 the count to Donnelly. Santiago delivers up and away, 2-0. I think this is a really good matchup for the guy waiting on deck. If Kavaris Tiers can sit on a fastball, let Santiago provide the power.
Yeah, Santiago throws hard enough to where if Kavaris Tiers connects, same with Joey Donnelly, the ball could be going a long way.
The 2-0 misses down and in, 3-0. So after getting ahead of Brome in the first at bat, he can't throw a strike. And it's 3-0. 3-0 the score, bottom of the 6th inning. Santiago, a low set, delivers the 3-0. On the outer edge, 3-1. Donnelly thought he had ball 4, but did not.
Close pitch, but strike there, and one that Santiago needed badly.
It's not often you see a home plate umpire give a pitcher a call when he's thrown 5 straight balls, but the 3-1, big swing and a miss over a fastball, 3-2.
It's a good pitch to go after for Donnelly. Just a little behind.
It was hard. I think a lot of guys would be behind on 95 after, seeing mid-8s. The 3-2, Donnelly swings through a fastball. He's not happy with himself. Strike 3. Heavy fastball.
Heavy fastball. Donnelly has to swing there. If he takes, there's a chance he draws the walk, but last thing you want to do is go down looking, so.
Chris Santiago has a couple teammates on this Crawdads team over at St. Mary's. Not likely you'll face any of them today. First pitch from Santiago, way up and away, 1-0. He actually even played with Ryan Ellis over in Kokomo last summer in the Northwoods League, and hit. He he hit last. He hit 10 home runs this year for St. Mary's.
Well, that's good, but he looks great on the mound with that fastball.
The 1-0 over the inner edge.
I'd keep him throwing.
Yeah, he hit 10 home runs. It also came in relief and through 16 games with 20 strikeouts last year. Two-way player. The 1-1 to Tears with Brome on first. Fastball outside. 2-1.
Good to see Kavares Tears able to hold up and not go after that that pitch. He didn't even think about checking on it.
Santiago comes set just below the belt. The 2-1. Big swing and a miss. Fastball. 2-2. Why go to anything but the fastball when you're throwing 95 and just blowing it past everyone?
Fastball changeups are probably the two pitches you should go to, and he is just pumping this fastball by guys. And yeah, you're right, Austin. Just going to continue to go there probably.
The 2-2. Slider misses down and in. 3-2. Joe Barnhart waits on deck. Three and two to Tears. We'll see if Brome takes off. He does not. Tears, high pop-up on the infield. Calling for it is Sebring. And he's going to be under it and make the catch for the second out of the inning.
Long at bat there for Tears.
So last summer, Chris Santiago played for the Kokomo Jackrabbits of the Northwoods League. He hit .272 with 3 home runs and 35 RBI there. 701 OPS, had a really good summer with the bat. Also on the mound, 10 games pitched, 13 innings, 1 run, 16 Ks.
Yeah, so I think we know it.
First pitch, strike to Barnhart.
I think we know what Santiago is going to be slotted in as primarily as he continues his career.
0-1 to Barnhart. Way up high. Fastball, 1-1. Can't really, I don't know if he knows where the fastball's going, but it's got so much life on it, it doesn't really matter. Brome gets his lead off first. Santiago comes set and delivers a fastball on the inner edge, 1-2.
That's impressive. Throws a hard, heavy fastball, and he's able to locate it on the inner half of the plate there.
Ahead 1-2 is Santiago, probably going to the fastball again. The 1-2. Ground ball, left side, and through the hole, under the glove of Sebring. He actually knocks it down, but Barnhart is going to be on with a hit. Nice at bat.
Very good at bat, and Sebring, who's made a couple of nice plays today, couldn't track that one down and able to keep it on the infield dirt, but good at bat for Joe Barnhart after having a couple of strikeouts.
Catcher Andrew.
Now here's the catcher, Andrew McKenna. Wonder if these two ever faced each other in the Northwoods League last summer. McKenna played both in the CCL and in the Northwoods League last year with the Foresters of the CCL for about 6 games, and then the Rochester Honkers of the Northwoods League. First pitch to McKenna on the outside with the fastball, 0-1.
Northwoods League, another wood bat. Summer League, very prestigious. 3 top leagues. The Cape over on the the Northeast, and then Northwoods League and the CCL. A lot of talent across those 3.
The 0-1 to McKenna. Inside and low with a slider, 1-1. McKenna, a veteran, played for D1 Holy Cross in 2020, and then last year was at SBCC with Adri Cezanne. The 1-1. Fly ball, left field. Runyon ranges over. Now ranging hard, but makes the catch for the 3rd out. A hit, a walk. The Dads leave 2 runners on base and do not score. 3-0 the score. We head to the top of the 7th. Alon to say back on play-by-play here on the Crawdads Streaming Network.
Top of the 7th inning, the Crawdads down by 3. It's 3-0 Healdsburg. Carnes still on the mound. He's going to face 7, 8, and 9. Kimball Schuessler, Jake Holcroft, and Zach Vuletich. Schuessler batting in the 7th spot, the catcher today. Came in hitting .357. Got a couple of hits, so he's 2 for 2. Carnes just finishing up his warm-ups right now. Nice blue skies now. Some white puffy clouds here. Not as gray as when the game started this afternoon at 12:07 p.m. Some other games going on around the CCL. The Academy Barons ahead of the OC Riptide in Compton, California right now. 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Conejo Oaks are getting ready to go to battle against the Santa Barbara Foresters in Santa Barbara. And then a couple of nightcaps at 6 p.m. The Arroyo Seco Saints are going to be visiting the San Luis Obispo Blues. And the Lincoln Potters at 6:05 are going to be in Sonoma against the Stompers. So here is Kimball Schuessler, righty against righty, the pitch from Carnes. And it's a fastball that hits the outside edge of the zone for strike number 1. So far, Schuessler 2 for 2 here, and he takes outside in the count, even 1-1. But the Prune Packers with 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. The Crawdads just with 3 hits so far. They have hit the ball very hard, and they also have an error. This pitch misses away in the count, 2-1.
Crawdads have had some magic in their bats recently. I wouldn't be overly shocked if we saw a rally of sorts.
This game is kind of shaping up the way that game this past Saturday, not yesterday's game, but the week before that against the Saints, as this pitch misses low and away, and they count 3 balls and a strike. But that was a game where the Crawdads were down by 4. It was 4-0, and they scored all 5 of their runs in the bottom of the 9th. So this team, never say die. That's the attitude. The 3-1 pitch from Carnes, and this is hit hard, and it's foul down the third base, and then ultimately the left field line. A dive made there by Ellis.
You know, I think that ball was fair, but I think that they'll give him one because of how I think Brome's was fair as well, and I think that's third base umpire Harvey Maxey saying, you know what, I'll give you guys one back.
Joey Gomes not putting up too much of an argument there. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch from Carnes to Schuessler. Here it is. There's a big breaker that misses high. That's a walk to the leadoff man, Kimball Schuessler.
So you'd rather the walk than the double?
Here's Jake Holcroft. Holcroft is 1 for 2. Was able to get on base, fielder's choice. There was also an error from Corey on that play. That was back in the 4th inning. Pitch to the lefty Holcroft, and he pokes this one, but it's going to end up foul, out of play on the left side. Count 0-1. Carnes so far, 10 strikes, 11 balls. The 0-1 pitch, and this is fouled out of play again, and the count 0-2. It'll be interesting to see how long Carnes goes. Only the 2nd pitcher used today by the Crawdads, which is a good thing for the Dads. They've been able to rely on the starting pitchers quite a bit this past week during the 6-game winning streak. 0-2 pitch. This is hit high down the left field line. And that'll be foul past the bullpen of the Prune Packers. Fisher Johnson was today's starter for the Crawdads. He was able to go 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. The 2 earned runs, a couple of solo shots by the Prune Packers. Walked 1, struck out 2, faced 20. The 0-2 pitch, and that's in there. That's a strikeout looking of Jake Holcroft. Nice pitch there by Carnes. That's a 2nd strikeout for Carnes today.
Yeah, I think this is the best that Alex Carnes has looked so far this summer. And, how many guys are we going to say that to? We've said it with Seth Higdon for a while. We said it with Adris Azani yesterday. We're saying
Breaking ball, and that's in there for a strike. Count 0-1 to Zach Vuletic, and I agree, Austin. It seems like this, not only the starting rotation, but really the bullpen, the back end has really been coming into form here. Vuletic is 0 for 2 today. 0-1 pitch, that misses. Back pick attempt by McKenna over to first, but not there.
pitch was called a strike.
Count 0-1. Check that. 0-2.
Whoever's running our scoreboard is having a tough day today.
0-2 pitch, and then popped up to Putz over at short. And he's down 1-2. Carnes nods in agreement and then throws that breaking ball, but misses high with it.
I kid, of course. The person running our scoreboard today, Assistant General Manager Daniel Rainey, on triple duty today. Scoreboard, music duty, and point streak.
Wears a lot of hats, does Daniel. The 2-2 pitch, and that looked like it hit the outside corner, but it's called a ball, and the count is going to run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Carnes took a little bit of a peek in there, and McKenna left the mitt there as well, trying to entice a call. So we're going to see a payoff pitch, and this is fouled away, and the count will stay 3-2. The Prune Packers lead 3-0 here in top of the 8th inning. Top of the 7th inning. I'm sorry. Pitch here, that's in there, and that's a strikeout for Carnes, his second in a row, and he gets Vuletic looking.
I think Kate Hart was giving Alex Carnes one there because the 2-2 was right on the outside edge. She almost started triggering. We saw that right arm back there make a move like she was trying to call it, but somehow kept the gun back in its soul.
So there's 2 away. Lineup card turns over. Here's Jared Sundstrom. There is a runner on first. It's Kimball Schuessler who drew the walk, leading off this top of the 7th. Carnes nods a couple of times and fires. This misses high to McKenna behind the plate. McKenna wanted a little lower, but the ball ended up higher, so the count 1-0. And out in front is Sundstrom. Sundstrom has been on base twice, hit by a pitch once, walked once. This pitch bounces up to McKenna. He's going to make a throw over to second to try to get the sliding Schuessler, who just beats the throw into second. Even though that ball bounced away from McKenna, he is so nimble, he was able to get to it and still make a strong throw over to the second base bag.
Yeah, really nice play by McKenna. Making friends.
Another count. 2-0. The pitch. That swung on and missed and actually foul tipped into the glove of McKenna. Carnes able to get a strike. The count 2-1, but got to worry about Schuessler over at second. He just showed off the wheels for a stolen base. He's in scoring position, but there's 2 away. The 2-1 pitch, and that's a strike there on the outer half. And the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carnes trying to pitch another clean inning here. He's on his way. He has a sign from McKenna. Now he sets. Not looking back at second. And the 2-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. Sit him down, Alex Carnes. Carnes able to pitch 2 clean innings now out of the bullpen for the Crawdads, not giving up any runs. And it's still 3-0. Bottom of the 7th, the Dads will be up to bat when we return. It'll be Cummings, Putz, and Ellis. More Crawdads baseball right around the corner here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Bottom of the 7th inning. The Crawdads down by 3. It is 3-0 Prune Packers, but still a close game, and we've seen some later innings magic from the Crawdads over the past 7 days. Here is Casey Cummings. It's Cummings, Putz, and Ellis. So the number 8 hitter, the center fielder for the Crawdads, who's 0 for 1, is going to step into the box, righty against righty. It's still Santiago on the mound for the Prune Packers. And the pitch to Cummings, he takes as this is spiked. Count 1-0. Cummings did reach base back in the 5th. He walked. And the pitch from Santiago, and high and in. Having to lean out of the way was Casey Cummings. And the count 2-0, and Santiago spikes a fastball, then misses high and in with one. Close shave there for Cummings, and the count 2-0.
How low can you go?
And we'll see if Santiago's able to get in the zone there after Cummings had to do the limbo. The 2-0 pitch, and this is low. And the count, 3 balls, no strikes to the leadoff man, Casey Cummings.
So I'm going to give some really good coaching advice here, and that's take.
So we'll see if Casey does, and he does, all the way. And a get-me-over fastball there from Santiago. And possibly we'll see Cummings take again. This pitch, that's in there. So the count 3-2. Just hitting the inner half there with Santiago. I think Cummings thought it was a little low. But now it's full. Cummings going to probably have to get the bat moving. The payoff pitch, and he does. He hits this foul down the third base line. We'll see another payoff pitch to Cummings.
You know, it's better to be early on Santiago than to be late, because if you're late, you're not catching up.
No, you're going to get it blown by you. Santiago shakes off Schussler. Now he fires. And Cummings hits this into center, but coming in to make the catch is Holcroft. It looked like it was destined to drop, but Holcroft had a great read of it off the bat, and he charged in immediately, and there's one away.
Casey Cummings just having really good at-bats today. 2 hard-hit balls in a walk.
He is. Gave one a ride to left, and then that one, without the great read of Holcroft, for sure gets down, but there's an out, and here's Jude Putz, who's 0 for 2, struck out in his last at-bat in the 4th. Crawdads still just with 3 hits. The pitch here, and this misses high, the fastball from Santiago. Santiago been a little erratic to start things out here in the bottom of the 7th inning in a game that the Prune Packers lead 3-0. This pitch is swung on in the dirt. Bad one to go after there for Jude Putz. The count even at 1-1. Santiago with that last pitch has thrown 17 strikes to 16 balls.
It's not where you want to be, but he's getting outs.
And his velocity is so good that if he does hit the zone, the Crawdads' bats have not been able to really catch up to it. This pitch is a breaking ball that hits the outer half for strike number 2, and the count 1-2.
Looks like Devin Kirby's warming up for the Packers today, or right now.
1-2 pitch, and this is taken in the dirt. And the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, good eye shown out of the number 9 hitter, the shortstop for the Dads today, Jude Putz. Just trying to get on base here. Crawdads need base runners. The 2-2 pitch, and Putz hits this, but it's going to be taken in the hole by Sebring, and he fires over to first, but the throw is low, and it cannot be dug out by Montgomery, who made a good stretch.
We'll give him a hit on that one.
That'll be a hit for Jude Putz, as he did beat the throw.
That is a new first baseman. It's Blake Burke over at first.
That's Blake Burke. So defensive change there for the Prune Packers.
Welcome into the game. First play you get is a really tough pick.
So the Crawdads with a runner on. Good job by Jude Putz Able to leg one out, and Ryan Ellis at the plate. Ellis hits this down the right field line. It stays fair. Ellis rounding first. He's going to have a double for sure. And there's going to be runners at second and third for the Crawdads. So a little bit of life here after Jude gets on. Ellis hits a nice ball down the right field line, able to keep it fair, and he's standing up at second base, and it's a 3-0 ball game, but the tying run now at the plate with Tyson Corio.
It's actually not even Blake Burke at first base. It's Sam Brown. So, again, what do I know? But a really nice plate appearance by Ellis against his college teammate.
Here's Tyson Corio, who's already threatened with the bat earlier today as a breaking ball is dropped in there for strike number 1. Tyson Corio 0 for 3. Pitch here misses high and away, and the count 1-1.
Situation where the Dads need at least 1, optimally 2. I mean, optimally they keep adding on, but with 2 runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs, you want to put 2 on the board.
Pitch here, and a check swing there by Corio, and a peel down to third, and Harvey Maxey says Corio held up. That'll count 2-1. Good job by Kimball Schusler there, making sure that that ball doesn't get by him. Just 1 out. The 2-1 pitch to Corio. Corio, a little looper. Texas Leaguer, is that going to drop? It does into shallow left center. And coming home to score 1 are the Crawdads, and they're going to get 2 out of it. A 2 RBI single from Tyson Corio. Both putts and Ellis score. So Tyson Corio coming through. It's now 3-2. Prune Packers just up by a run now. And stepping in is the dangerous bat of Ryan Brome.
You know what do we always say? Put the bat on the ball and things will happen, and that's exactly what Tyson Corio does. And he just continues to have really, really good at-bats, and he's finally starting to get hits to show for them.
Getting to Santiago here in the bottom of the 7th are the Crawdads, and finally getting after this pitching staff for the Prune Packers. It is 3-2. Crawdads climbing back in. First pitch to Brome misses high, and the count 1-0. Corio coming through. A lot of timely hitting on this Crawdads team recently. Another one right there. Pitch here, fouled back into the fencing. Count even, a ball and a strike. Crawdads now with 6 hits, getting closer to the Prune Packers, not just on the run column, but also in the hit column. Corio just off of first, not much of a lead to speak of. 1-1 pitch to Brome. Brome takes, that's low. Good job getting it by Kimball Schusler, and the count 2-1. Brome is going to force Santiago to throw him a strike.
And I think a sign of, your stuff kind of going down throughout a game is if you start trying to go to your off-speed pitches more, especially when you're a hard fastball thrower.
2-1 pitch. This ends up low as well. So just as you mentioned, Austin, Santiago kind of losing the control now, and the count 3 balls, a strike. Brome has been on base a couple of times, a walk, a hit by pitch, but officially 0 for 1. The 3-1 pitch to Brome. Brome takes all the way. And now there's runners on first and second. Corio moves into scoring position, and Brome draws a walk, his second of the afternoon. What do we always say, Austin?
Death taxes and Ryan Brome taking walks, and the stuff for Santiago is really just starting to get worse and worse as this game goes on. It feels like he's starting to lose it a little bit. I think that double from Ellis really did him in.
And now Joey Gomes is walking out to the pitcher's mound, and it looks like he's just going to have a chat here with Santiago. And indeed, that's what's going on. It doesn't look like a new man's coming out of the pen. Not just yet. So this is just buying some time for the relievers in the bullpen. Currently, the score is 3-2 Prune Packers. They have 8 hits, no errors. The Crawdads, 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. So stepping into the box with one away and 2 runners on, one at first, one at second. Brome over at first, Corio at second base. It's going to be Joey Donnelly in the batter's box, so we'll see the power bat in the left-handed batting stance. Joey Donnelly going to try to keep things going here for the Crawdads. He struck out in his last at-bat in the 6th. Did have a good hit in the 4th and then was able to steal a base as well.
And Donnelly, after striking out in his last at-bat in really frustrating fashion, I think he wants to change this one here.
Pitch to Donnelly. Donnelly checks on it. It bounces up to Kimball. And luckily for Schussler, it bounces in front of him. So Corio has to stay put at second. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Crawdads have scored 2. Trying to keep this bottom of the 7th going as long as they can. Trying to add on more. And Donnelly, a good man for the job with 4 home runs and 15 RBIs this summer. Hits this hard and high and deep to right. And is that ball going to be out of here? No, a leaping catch made by Jared Sundstrom in right field, robbing Joey Donnelly of his 5th home run of the summer. Corio is able to tag from second to third. Donnelly put a charge into that, but a great play by Sundstrom in right. That's a second highlight reel play that Sundstrom has made over there. The one where he banged into the wall, and this time climbing the ladder to take 3 runs away from the Dads.
Unbelievable play. Wow.
Here's Kavara's tears.
Poor Joey Donnelly.
Donnelly hit that into the wind, but it had the distance just enough. But Sundstrom able to show off the hops. Runners on first and third. Here's Kavara's tears with 2 away, and he fouls this back over the broadcast booth, and he's going to be down 0-1.
I didn't catch a ball, but I caught a leaf that fell from the tree that ball hit.
And dugout for the Crawdads was about to explode if that ball ended up getting out of here. Pitch to Tears. This is low. Smothered by Schussler.
Man, that was frustrating. It was so close for Joey Donnelly.
One pitch to Tears. Tears checks on this, but he does swing through it. And the count 1-2. Now Tears is going to have to be disciplined here. Just try to put the bat on the ball. Possibly have to rely on his speed. Runners at first and third. The pitch to Tears. Tears takes, and that's on the outer half for strike number 3. So the Crawdads nearly take the lead on a Joey Donnelly pitch that was hit out to deep right field, but a miraculous leaping catch made by Sundstrom, able to rob it. But the Crawdads are able to get 2 runs. Ryan Ellis came around to score, as did Jude Putz on a 2 RBI single by Tyson Corio. Unfortunately for the Dads, they do strand both Corio and Brome on the base paths at first and third, respectively. Top of the 8th coming up when we return here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. The Crawdads trail by 1. It is 3-2 Prune Packers. Top of the 8th inning, the Crawdads able to put a couple of runs up to get it within one. The Prune Packers lead 3-2 here in Danville, California. It's going to be Sebring, Montgomery, and Kramer. Pitch here misses low and away to Sebring.
I believe we'll see Sam Brown in the on-deck circle.
Oh, yeah, check that. It's going to be Sam Brown as Montgomery is out. That's on me. Pitch here from Carnes, and that hits the zone. Good breaker from Alex, and the count 1-1. Oh, the 1-1 pitch, and that bounces to McKenna. And there's 2 balls and a strike. A good job by the Crawdads last half inning, able to get back into this.
Yeah, good to see them put up a fight, get right back into the game.
2-1 pitch from Carnes. This misses outside. To the righty, Sebring. Sebring 0 for 3 today. Did get on base in the first, but it was a fielder's choice. 3-1 pitch, and Sebring hits this on the ground over to the third baseman, Ellis, who's up with it. Throws a bit of a high throw there to first, but Brell makes the catch, has the foot on the bag, and that's out number 1.
And after you score in a game you're down in, your pitcher really needs to come out and throw a shutdown inning in the next frame. And Carnes is right on the way to doing that. Got into a 3-ball count, but was able to garner some weak contact.
Oh, Brown up to the plate. Get his first at-bat here. First pitch to Brown, misses high. Brown came in for Montgomery. 1-0 pitch. Brown hits this. Corio trying to get it. He gets it deep in the hole, and now he throws over to first in time to get Brown. Taking away a hit there is Tyson Corio.
He's so good.
Wow.
Tyson Corio's so good at this game.
Yeah, he is. He did have an error earlier, but what a play there by Tyson Corio deep in the hole. Able to slide down and get it. Here is Joe Kramer, who's 1 for 3, but the one hit was a solo blast. His 4th of the summer as he fouls this away. And the count 0-1. Also collected his 17th RBI with that home run. Most recently, though, he grounded out 6-3 in the 6th. Carnes ahead here 0-1, trying to have a quick 1-2-3 inning. Get the Dads back up to the plate. The 0-1 pitch from Carnes, and looking for that outer half there was Carnes. Didn't get it. The count 1-1. Crawdads will be playing tomorrow up in Lincoln. The 1-1 pitch, and this misses low and away. And the count 2-1. That game right around 6 o'clock on the 4th of July.
That game is going to be fun.
Oh, it's going to be a blast.
Lincoln's already a fun place to play.
It is, and there's going to be a big fireworks show up there at McBean. The 2-1 pitch, and this misses low. I count 3-1. So excited to go see all our friends up there in Lincoln, and Crawdads will get the off day on Tuesday after that game. Here's a 3-1 pitch coming from Carnes, and this is hit right over to Corio. Takes a tough hop, but he gets it. And now he throws the first for the 3rd out. Corio with a couple of plays back-to-back there. Very well done by Tyson Corio, and it's still 3-2. Carnes able to put down all 3 in a row there. And the Prune Packers lead by just the 1 run. Once again, 3-2 Prune Packers. Bottom of the 8th when we return. Dads up to bat here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Bottom of the 8th. It's going to be 6, 7, and 8, but there is a pinch hitter for Joe Barnhart, the designated hitter who would be batting here. It's going to be Brian DeRoff, and there's also a new pitcher on the mound for the Prune Packers, who lead 3-2. It is Devin Kirby out of UConn, the University of Connecticut. He comes in with a perfect ERA at 0. This is his 5th appearance. He has 1 save, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts to just 1 walk, and he's given up 5 hits. So Brian DeRoff going to pinch hit here. Comes in with a .366 average. Had 3 hits yesterday, 2 RBIs, 2 home runs, and 15 RBIs total. Walked 9 times, 11 strikeouts. So Brian DeRoff, a righty against the righty Kirby here. Might see a few more pinch hitters as this game keeps getting late here, and the first pitch there is swung through by DeRoff. And the count 0-1. DeRoff had a great day yesterday.
Yeah, he does that every now and then. He has some pretty good days.
Barnhart finishes his day 1 for 3. 0-1 pitch is chopped back to the mound, and Kirby has it. Gets it over to first base. And there's 1 away. So the pinch hitter, DeRoff, not able to get anything going there for the Dads. And here comes Andrew McKenna.
So the new pitcher for the Packers, Kirby, kind of their version of Seth Higdon that we've seen this summer for the Dads, who only 1 walk, over strikeout an inning, no ERA.
And
Kirby's fantastic.
I think a ball got loose out there. Now we're ready to go. McKenna sees the first pitch there. With the count 1-0. A good eye from McKenna. The final line on Santiago: 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. The 1-0 pitch. This misses low and in. Looking for that back foot there.
Some action.
Kirby.
Some action in the Dads bullpen as both Seth Higdon is starting to get loose out there, and Owen Stevenson currently throwing, one of the new Crawdads.
2-0 pitch, and there's a big swing and a foul tip into Schussler's mitt. The count 2 balls and a strike. It'll be good to see Owen Stevenson, a new addition to this Crawdads team, if he does get in.
Actually, it's not Higdon warming up. He's just watching the to protect Stevenson. We're a ball to be hit there.
2-1 pitch. Dad's looking out for each other as this is fouled over into the bullpen of the Prune Packers.
Though I have to say, I've seen Seth Higdon catch balls in the outfield, like shagging them, and I don't know if I'd want him protecting me. Most of the Crawdads pitching staff, actually, I wouldn't want protecting me.
You do go out there and catch balls with them during BP. The 2-2 pitch, and this misses low, and we're going to see a payoff pitch here.
I don't know if I catch balls out there. I drop a couple. I look bad on them.
Saw you catch a couple in Sonoma. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to McKenna. McKenna chops this, and is it going to go foul? It is, down the first base line.
Big sigh of relief from McKenna. That ball was, I think, much closer to being fair than he thought it was.
Yeah, it was right over there to Brown. Kirby able to get the first out. Looking for out number 2 for the Prune Packers, who lead by 1, 3-2 here, bottom of the 8th. Crawdads scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th. 3-2 pitch, and McKenna able to fight this off, foul. And the count will stay full.
Keep fighting, kid.
And McKenna's been great behind the plate today. His second game as a Crawdad. And we're still waiting to see exactly what he has in this bat this summer. Payoff pitch once again, and McKenna chops this. It's going to end up in the glove of the second baseman, who throws over to first in time for out number 2.
Stayed alive, put the ball in play.
Casey Cummings in the box. Righty against righty. Cummings goes after the first pitch he sees and fouls this over in the area of the bullpen of the Crawdads. And stepping off the mound now, wants to go back through the signals, is Kirby. Oh, it's 0-1 to Cummings. 2 away. 0-1 pitch. Cummings flares this into right field, and that'll get down for a hit. Not taking any chances on it was Jared Sundstrom. He did not decide to charge in and try to make a diving play in a one-run ball game, and so Cummings has a hit, and he's over at first.
Yeah, he's had a really good day at the dish. Only 1 hit to show for it, but I mean, we say this every at bat. Towering fly ball to left that almost got out. Hard line drive to center and a walk, and now a single. Keep the line moving.
Cummings 1 for 3, been on base twice. Hit and a walk. And here's Jude Putz. Putz had a hit in his last at bat. He's 1 for 3, came around to score. One of the 2 that the Crawdads were able to put up in the bottom of the 7th. And Putz hits this on a line straight to the first baseman, Brown, who spears it for out number 3, reminiscent of what Kavares Tears did yesterday. A very hard hit ball, maybe one of the hardest all day, but right to the first baseman on the corner there. The Crawdads not able to get a run. It's still 3-2. They leave 1 on. And the Prune Packers up by a run here. Top of the 9th coming up, and we'll see who the new pitcher is for the Dads. It should be the new man, Owens. But we'll have that for you when we return on the Crawdads streaming network. Top of the 9th inning, the Crawdads in a very close game here. It's 3-2 Healdsburg. It's going to be Owen Stevenson. Owen, the new man for the Crawdads on the mound, making his first appearance of the summer. Stevenson, a righty, going to try to keep this just a 1-run ball game here and give the Crawdads a chance in the bottom of the 9th. Stevenson, 6'4" righty. You're going to have to deal with 5, 6, and 7. Braden Runyon, Cole Elvis, and Kimball Schusler. Oh, Stevenson done with his warm-ups. And working quickly here to deliver the first pitch. Here it is, and it's popped up foul. And the count 0-1. At San Francisco this past season, he was 2-4 with a 4.57 ERA, was Owen Stevenson. Made 11 starts. The 0-1 pitch, and this is hit high out to right field, but Kavares Tears has a read on it, takes a few steps over, and makes the catch for out number 1.
Owen Stevenson, you mentioned this a little bit, a legit D1 arm, has pitched 2 years at the Division I level. Not very successful in 2021, but had a really nice bounce-back season this year for USF. 4.57 ERA.
Getting ready to go to ASU. Here's the pitch to Elvis. Elvis hits this hard into the left center gap, and that's going to drop. Is it going to be extra bases and the throw back in? It's not in time. That'll be a stand-up double for Cole Elvis, who is now 2 for 4 with a home run and a double.
Well, the Dads need to keep this game at 1 run. I think that's pretty evident. You're not going to score, more than 2 against Devin Kirby, if that. So they have to keep Elvis stranded at second.
Now stepping up is Kimball Schuessler. Tough job for Stevenson out of the pen. His first appearance of the summer for the Dads. First pitch to Schuessler, and he foul tips this back into the cage. Count 0-1. There is one away. Crawdads just want to get into the bottom of the 9th in a 1-run ball game and have a chance with
top of the lineup.
The top of the lineup coming around. Ellis, Corio, and Brome pending any pinch hitters. The 0-1 pitch on the way from Stevenson and misses low. The count 1 ball and a strike. Stevenson not really taking any peeks back over to second at Cole Elvis. On deck is Jake Holcroft, who's 1 for 3. But got to get through Schuessler here. The pitch, and that misses low. The count 2-1. Looking back to second is Stevenson, the 2-1 pitch. And this is hit into right field. Kavares Tears under it, has it, and there's not going to be a tag-up attempt by Cole Elvis, and there's 2 away.
So a hard thrower is Owen Stevenson, something we can tell early. Sits about 90 to 92 with the fastball, and the righties that have come up have been a little late, and the Packers are going to insert a pinch runner.
And he's a strike thrower as well. 49 strikeouts to 22 walks this past summer, and it looks like there's going to be a pinch runner for Cole Elvis. It's Carson Crawford. So the DH Elvis taken out for Crawford. Get a little more speed there on the bags. And here's the lefty Holcroft, who takes first pitch outside.
Center fielder Jake Holcroft.
Yeah, this is a really smart move. Make sure the run scores if a single were to be hit to the outfield.
Count 1-0 to Holcroft. And the pitch from Stevenson, that's right there on the outside black. And the count 1-1. A lot of these new bullpen arms for the Crawdads have had success early when they've come in. Diamond Loosely comes to mind. Stevenson trying to do the same. The 1-1 pitch, and this misses low and away. 2 balls and a strike to Holcroft. Crawdads came in riding a 6-game winning streak. 2-1 pitch, and this is hit. A couple of bounces over to third baseman Ellis, who stumbles, and he tripped, and he wasn't able to come up and make the throw. He did a good job getting to that ball, but just stumbled there and couldn't come up and fire, and that'll be a base hit with 2 away. And now there's runners on the corners. Ellis looks like he may have scraped the arm there a little bit as well as he brushes himself off, and now it's going to be tough for Owen Stevenson after getting a ground ball there that he thought was going to be an out for sure.
Yeah, it is the 9 spot due up, but still always a big bat in this lineup, and it's another pinch hitter, Sam Hunt. Is he good?
So here's Sam Hunt pitch hitting for Zach Vuletich. Sam Hunt from Texas Tech played with the Crawdads last summer.
Welcome home.
First pitch to Sam Hunt with runners on the corners is a good fastball, but misses away, and the count 1-0.
Had a good summer last year.
Oh, Sam Hunt was an effective player. The 1-0 pitch, he swings through this, and the count even at 1-1. Sam Hunt played in the outfield. Pretty athletic out there. And the 1-1 from Stevenson, and this is fouled out of play. And Stevenson ahead 1-2. Going to try to keep Crawford over there and keep this game a 3-2 ball game. So the Dads have an easier chance at it in the bottom of the 9th. Stevenson looking to get the Dads there. The pitch here, and this is a jammer that is fouled out of play, lands in the bleachers. The count stays 1-2.
Looks like Owen Hunt is kind of in that mold of like Jack Ben Shoshan, really good athletic outfielder. Not a ton of power, but puts the bat on the ball. Probably not as good of a pitcher as Ben Show is.
Sam Hunt does not pitch.
At least not to your knowledge.
You know what? I know, maybe he does pitch somewhere, but I know he does not pitch. He didn't pitch last summer for the Crawdads. So he waves his bat, and he's waiting for the 1-2. Here it is. Runner goes, and this is fouled away again. So Sam Hunt's staying alive here.
Obviously not a strikeout situation with 2 outs, but needs an out here, needs to keep this game at 3-2.
Seen Stevenson almost exclusively with the fastball here. McKenna setting up on the outside. The pitch, and this is fouled back into the fencing, and the count stays 1-2. Holcroft constantly on the move there. The last couple of pitches. Trying to get over to second. Holcroft back at first now. Holcroft at first, Crawford at third. There's 2-way here. It's 3-2 Prune Packers. 1-2 pitch from Stevenson. Here it is. This misses high. The count 2-2.
Wonder if McKenna had tried to stick that a little longer, if that ball could have gone for a strike. He immediately zipped it down. Couldn't get the call.
Setting up inside now is McKenna. Hybrid catching stance. The 2-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses, and that'll be a steal for Holcroft. He takes second. Oh, full count. Needs the throw strike here to Stevenson. The payoff pitch to Hunt, and it misses high and in. So Hunt draws a walk.
Great at bat.
Yep.
You don't want to be facing the league leader in home runs with the bases loaded.
Oh, Hunt able to get on, and here comes Jared Sundstrom, who's not had his prototypical day up at the plate. He's 0 for 2, but he did get hit by a pitch, and he walked in the 5th. Sundstrom's most recent at-bat was in the 7th, struck out swinging. And the first pitch to Sundstrom is chopped foul into the dugout of the Prune Packers. But Sundstrom, I mean, so far you can call him the player of the game, especially after he robbed Donnelly.
Yeah, I think more defensively than offensively.
The 0-1 pitch to Sundstrom, and this bounces to McKenna. Count a ball and a strike. Stevenson kind of laboring out there now with the bases loaded. He just has to worry about Sundstrom. The 1-1 pitch to Sundstrom, and this is checked on and fouled. A little disappointing there if you're Sundstrom. Tries to check on that pitch and makes contact, something that we've seen Coleman Schmidt do quite a few times this summer. The 1-2 pitch from Stevenson, working quickly, looking for the outside corner, and a good job by McKenna to get to that ball that missed high. The count 2-2. If that ball gets to the backstop, you have to think Crawford is going to score.
I think right now Stevenson just has to let his defense play.
2-2 pitch. Here it is. And a big breaking ball that gets a big, I mean big, pop-up on the infield. Coming in is Putz to have it. He two-hands it and puts the squeeze on it for the third out. So able to walk the tightrope is Owen Stevenson. It is 3-2. Bottom of the ninth coming up. The Crawdads have a chance with the top of the order coming up to bat. It'll be Ellis, Corio, and Brome, and we'll see if we get any pinch hitters, any Coleman Schmidt sightings. More baseball when we come back on the Crawdads streaming network. Bottom of the ninth inning, still Kirby out on the mound for the Prune Packers, who are nursing a one-run lead. It is 3-2 Healdsburg. The Crawdads up to bat. This is their last chance. During this six-game winning streak, we've witnessed a couple of miraculous walk-off victories for the Crawdads. Saturday against the Saints, and then Ryan Ellis most recently with a huge, towering home run to give the Crawdads another win. But Coleman Schmidt was one of the heroes as well this past week, and don't think we're going to see him as a lot of left-handed bats here for the Dads against the righty Kirby. It's going to be Ellis, Corio, and Brome. Ellis is 1 for 3. In the seventh, he had a double. He came around to score. And do the Crawdads still have some magic left in them? Very dangerous batter in Ryan Ellis for Kirby to go against, and the first pitch is fouled away, and the count 0-1. Ellis had his huge walk-off in a 3-2 count.
Wind's not going to help him today.
No, it's not. The wind is howling here, blowing right in from center field. This pitch misses low, and the count 1-1. Good job by Ellis, able to just spit on that in the dirt. Crawdads with 2 runs, 7 hits, an error. Looking to get another one to tie it up. Another run, that is. And this ball is hit down the left field line, but it will drop foul. The count 1-2. The Prune Packers, 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors for them. Corio on deck. No sight of Coleman Schmidt, at least for now. Looking for a hero are the Dads. They've not beaten the Prune Packers yet this summer. The 1-2 pitch, and that's a strike on the outer half. Ellis goes down looking. A nice pitch there from Kirby. And Ellis is punched out. There's one away. Crawdads 2 more chances at it.
That's an impossible pitch to hit. Right on the outside edge. Nothing you could do with it there.
There's Tyson Corio. 1 for 4. Did have a big 2 RBI single in the 7th. Oh, switch hitting Corio in there. First pitch to Corio, misses low. The count 1-0. Oh, the righty on the mound, Kirby, is down 1-0 here to Corio. Corio batting lefty once again. And the 1-0 to Corio, and that's called a strike, and that looked outside. Corio didn't like that. So on the first pitch, Kirby didn't like that it was called low for a ball, and then on this pitch that just happened, Corio didn't like that it was called a strike outside.
Don't
So
blame him.
Yeah, the count even, a ball, a strike, 1 away. Pitch here, this bounces to Schussler, and the count 2-1. But the Crawdads looking to get some base runners here, looking to tie this game up and possibly walk it off, extend the winning streak to 7. They are running out of chances here. 2-1 pitch, and this is in the dirt. Count 3 balls, a strike to Tyson Corio. Great thing, if Tyson's able to get on base here, is you got Brome coming up. He's going to force Kirby to throw strikes, and this pitch misses away. Corio draws the walk. The tying run now on first.
And I would not be surprised if you saw Tyson Corio try to run in this situation. With his speed, his athleticism, if he gets a good jump, trying to stay out of the potential game-ending double play.
Corio getting some last-second instructions there at first base from manager Brant Cummings. And here's Ryan Brome stepping in. Pitch here to Brome. That's a strike. The count 0-1. Couple of switches for the Prune Packers. Loudon Brooks at short now, and Sebring moves over to second. So the defensive specialist, Loudon Brooks, in. The 0-1 pitch, and this misses away. And Brome's now even in the count. It's 1-1. Corio has a lot of speed. See if he does take off before contact is made by Brome, if contact is made by Brome. 1-1 pitch to Brome. Brome goes after it, and a screamer, but foul, just past the dugout of the Prune Packers. So the count is now 1-2, a ball, 2 strikes. Right man for the job at the plate in this count is Ryan Brome, because he is just so good with his pitch selection. And we'll see where Kirby goes here. The pitch, and this misses high and away. Setting up inside there was Kimball Schussler, and Kirby's had success on the outer portion of the plate. This time they wanted to go in, and Kirby missed outside, and the count even 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A little surprised that he was setting up on the inside.
2-2 pitch to Brome. Brome hits this, but foul down the third base line.
Staying alive.
Yeah, Brome, it's what he does. Fouls some pitches off, takes a few, forces the pitcher to really work. And if he sees a pitch he likes, he will go after it. Holcroft kind of shaded to our left, his right, out in center. Outfielders playing deep. This pitch is foul down the left field line.
Staying alive.
Yeah, staying alive. Count still 2-2. The outfield playing deep. Holcroft shaded. Infield looking to pounce on any kind of ground ball for a double play that would give the Prune Packers the victory. It's 3-2, Healdsburg. But the tying run at first. The 2-2 pitch, and Brome wisely fouls that away because that probably would have been called a strike. He swung very late at a slider there that was looking to nip the outer portion of the plate, and Brome stays alive.
No idea how he's doing this right now.
That was just, he waited, saw it, and went, I just got to flip this foul. Shaking off the catcher is Kirby. Schuessler puts down a new side. Kirby likes it. The pitch, and that same pitch, and it's hit hard down the left field line. That's fair. Corio's going to round second. Are they going to hold him at third? They are. So it's going to be runners at second and third. A stand-up double for Brome, and there is still life left in this Crawdads team.
Oh, my goodness. It's becoming hard to watch this team. They are in every single game. And now, you know, if they hit a ball to the outfield, it's likely to bring in a run with Corio's speed. Joey Donnelly just has to put the ball in play here. It's imperative.
That's all Donnelly has to do. The infield is going to come in. The outfield takes a few steps in. Still shaded is Holcroft. The lefty, Donnelly. The game is in his hands right now. The bat of Donnelly, which was tool that he used to try to give the Crawdads a lead earlier, but was robbed out in right field by Sundstrom. First pitch to Donnelly he takes, and that misses. And the count 1-0. You can hear that the Prune Packer dugout is not a big fan of that call. The count 1-0, but Donnelly will take it. He's ahead, and Kirby just looking for a strike here. Pitch. This is hit hard on the ground. It gets by the shortstop, Brooks. The tying run comes home. It is now 3-3. Joey Donnelly comes through in the clutch. This game is tied.
The Moon Man! Do you believe in magic? Alon, do you believe in magic?
Abracadabra, baby. It looks like there's magic still here with these Walnut Creek Crawdads. It's 3-3. Runners on first and third. Corio came around to score. Now Brome is over at third, and he is the winning run with Kavares Tears at the plate. Kavares Tears is 1 for 4, had a hit in the second, struck out in the seventh, but he has a chance to walk this thing off for the Dads, just one away. Runners on the corners. The pitch here to Tears. Tears hits this deep to left field. And that's going to be deep enough, it should be, to score. Brome, the throw, nowhere close, and the Crawdads walk it off. The Crawdads, 7 in a row. 4-3, the victory for the Dads. And it's just becoming routine for these guys. In the past 7 days, that's 3 walk-off victories for Walnut Creek. They beat the first place Healdsburg Prune Packers 4-3, and they are now just 1 game out of first place.
The Dads are hot.
Welcome to the party.
The Dads are hot.
Kavares Tears able to get the ball deep enough to score Brome. Brome does the rest with his legs. The throw from Runyon, nowhere near home plate, high and late. And he knew it as soon as he had to field that ball. The Crawdads win.
Before the inning, we were talking, and I said, there's no way they do it again, right? And they did it again. 7 in a row. 7 in a row, the hottest team in the CCL. They're still in second place, but just by a game. Austin, thanks for being up here today, and going to go get some post-game video. Wonder who the player of the game will be today. It might be Kavares Tears. We will see. That'll be up on the Instagram as well as the YouTube. But thanks for joining us, everyone, here today. The Crawdads will be back at it tomorrow on July the 4th, Independence Day, up in Lincoln. There's going to be the big fireworks show, and the Crawdads going to try to put on a show with their bats as well, try to get an 8th straight win. This team is so hot. I mean, it's just incredible what they have been able to do over this past week. Now, Devin Kirby gets the loss for the Packers. He came in. It was 3-2, and he could not shut the show down. Stevenson will be the winner in his first appearance, and the Crawdads win 4-3. The final line score, 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Prune Packers, who thought they were going to get out of here with a win, but the Crawdads able to score 2 runs in the 7th and then 2 runs in the 9th. 4-3, the Crawdads win. 4 runs, 9 hits, and an error for Walnut Creek. Kavares Tears able to drive the ball deep enough to left,
and score. Ryan Brom over from third, who tagged up and got the home plate in a hurry. The Crawdads are juiced about it. They are so happy. The record moves up for the Crawdads. They are now 16-7 overall, 10-5 in league play. The visiting Prune Packers with this loss are now 17-4, 17-4, excuse me, and they are 11-4 in league play and just one game ahead of the second place Crawdads. Once again, the Crawdads will be back in action tomorrow at 6 from Lincoln. We'll have that game here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network, and game started at 12:07, ended right about 2:56 p.m., so a pretty short game, but a good game, just under 3 hours by about 11 minutes. So the final time, 2 hours and 49 minutes in today's ball game, and the Crawdads are just, they're living dangerously, getting into some of these late inning situations, these late game situations, but they're able to come up with all the answers. So the Crawdads once again win 4-3 against the Healdsburg Prune Packers, who, and it's not just in the CCL North, they are the best team right now in the CCL, out of the North and the South. But the Crawdads, there is no one hotter than them. There is no one who's got as much magic in the bats as the Crawdads, and they win 4-3. For Austin Oda, I'm Alon to say thanks for joining us. We'll see you all tomorrow from Lincoln here on the Crawdads streaming network. Have a safe weekend, everybody. And, hey, before we see you tomorrow, happy 4th of July Eve.